Hello, everybody. It's Mr. Champaign here with you, and we're back once again in the wonderful world of Parcel Simulator. Now, in case you did not see our last live stream, or if you've not seen any of our live streams, well, then here's what our place looks like. So, hope you like it. But if you did not see our last live stream, we got ourselves up to the point where we're now at tier 12. If you look up in the upper right there, which opened up a couple new dock doors, which we have kind of tied into our main line right here. So we got this door tied in right here. We've got this door tied in right here. Everything heading for our approval line, or our first approval scanner right there at that point. We're on a rail day, so another issue that we have at this point is that our rail is all full. So I need to get myself a little bit more rail capacity here, because we're going to have a bit of an issue given the fact that right now everything is stacking up all the way to back there. And with it being a Sunday, I believe we're on now. Are we Sunday? Yeah, it's Sunday. I still can't send any rail out, so that's a problem. And I've got a lot of rail that's stacked up here. So we got to work on getting a little bit more room for rail, so that way my approvals do not get jammed up there. So we will probably need to do this. I'm going to probably need to get 2 more racks. Yeah, because we're going to probably snake this way next, and then have everything come back facing this direction. So it's gonna be a bit to do, but we're gonna see if we can make this all happen somewhat efficiently. So let's go into our tablet. We're gonna need to get a couple more racks. So let's go to our shop. We're gonna go with 2 more racks, 2 loaders. Oh, I hope I have enough money for all this. That's also going to be the issue, is having enough money to do all this. So I'm going to have to start with 1 because I don't have the money for 2. So we're going to do 1, and that at least give ourselves room to expand going out after that. So 1 conveyor. Let's close the basket. We're going to get 1 rack, 1 unloader. I don't need a pauser because we can still use the pauser we got. 1 unloader. We're going to get 1 rack, one of our big storage racks. And then I'm going to need a number of corners, because we're going to need, let's see, probably like 4 corners and then a handful of straights to do all this, I'm thinking. So I could kind of count it out, but what fun is that? So I'll just go ahead and go like this. We'll do 5. Start with that. I also ought to get a bigger pallet while I'm thinking about it. So the big pallet can hold 20 parcels at once. Oh, but that's going to be $2,000. Youch, I'm not going to do that right now. I'll stick with my smaller pallet. That'll be fine. Yeah, $2,000 for a big pallet. Holy cow, that's an expensive pallet. All right, let's go out. We're going to get all this stuff set up before we get a day rolling, because otherwise it's just going to, everything's going to get jammed up, and that's not going to be good. But the good news is that all this can fit on my pallet. And that means we only need to make 1 trip. 1 trip is better than 2. So I will go with that. So the thing I'm envisioning is that we're going to have to take our current setup all the way down here and spin it around like this to go this way, and then it can go back that way again. So that's kind of what I'm looking at this point. So we're gonna take this off. So let's actually take this off for now, so that way, because if I don't, then everything's just going to continue getting, oh, no, get off there. Completely off there. Don't, oh, no, that's going to fill that up. Okay, I've made a little bit of a mess of things here. It's fine. I'll take this and throw this back here. I think, are these all rail? Well, no, some of this will actually get rerouted. So I'll take that, set that there, and that'll stop that. Now what I've got to do is we've also got to take this out. Just set this over here. All right, so all that's just going to go over there out of the way. This package is going to go over here out of the way. Yeah, you got to watch out with these things. So now we're going to take this. We're going to turn it around. And again, I'm going to put the unloader in last. So we're going to set everything up and then put the unloader in last. The unloader is still going to go right No, no, don't take that. What are you doing? What are you doing? So the unloader is still going to go there. So now I got to turn this so it's going to come out this way. So I got to flip that like that. You go back in there. I don't even know what you're trying to do, but whatever it is you're trying to do, stop it. Then another, so yeah, that's going to go back that way. Actually, I ought to give myself a little more space. So let's put in a straight right here. So straight there, and then we'll start going back this way. So loader will go here and load onto this new rack that we're going to set up here. But I got to get these parcels out of the way first. So those parcels, clear. New rack is going to go here. And I'm going to step myself in the rack, as I always do. Rack here. Rotate. Just like that. Okay. And then next unloader, where's my unloader? We'll go here. For now. Okay. And then we're just going to turn this around back that direction for the moment. So I can take that off of there. Going to rotate that like that. And then I can just have this go straight back like this. Now, I really don't have to, I don't really need to have the space in between those racks, and I probably could do it without it. Should I just do it without it right now? No, I'm probably fine, because in a world, I could have like 6 racks here, and that's going to probably be enough, I'm thinking. And I know there's people saying, Rusty, it's not going to be enough. And if it gets to the point where it's not, then it's not. But I don't see myself getting to the point where I'm going to be going that far to where I'm going to have this thing min-max like crazy. So we might be good with only having 6 racks worth of space, because I don't see myself getting to the point where we're going to have like thousands and thousands of parcels coming through here, like I know some wonderful people do that play this game. But that will not be me. I'm pretty sure. All right, let's pick this up, get it out of the way. And then I need to take these parcels. They can just go up here for now, because that'll get them out. No, 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 no. Stop, 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 stop. You. Where is my pauser at? Where'd my pauser go? So now that's the problem I've got, is that my pauser is... So my pauser really needs to go... Well, I can put it at the very end here. I could do that. Just give myself the most run room out. So we'll set that there, upgrade it, set the pauser at the very end, and then I can turn that on. That'll work. And now I can take these things and I can have them go there. Oh, but I really need to set up the rest of this connection. There is that. So yeah, finish the connection first. Just little things. So that is going to go out here. So open this, rotate it like that, and then corner, rotate it like that. That's perfect. I need 2 more straights. I think I might have actually ordered just enough of everything I needed to do this. And now we're going to see how much of this we can upgrade, because we do need to get some of it moving a little bit faster just to be as good as everything else we've got. So now that can go there. The pauser is on, so everything will stop there. Let's upgrade some of these as much as we can. So I think I've just got ones over there that need to be upgraded. And I've got $464 left. So now this can go there. Now all the connections are completed again. Everything can work its way this direction. And it'll just then run itself all the way through here to that and stop there. So I feel pretty good about that. That's going to give us a lot more space. It's going to clear up everything that we've got going on back there. I've got these last couple of corners that I'll keep for future, whenever I could possibly use them, whenever that may be. And then I think I had one more thing over here. What were you? You were just a parcel, so you can go there. And you were a rail parcel, so you can go there. Actually, let's put you there, because that's starting to jam up there. All right. We've got our connection redone. So we now have 3 racks. We have the ability to get ourselves up to basically 6. I could make that even more by tightening this space, but I don't know if, again, I don't need to do that right now, so we're just going to leave it as it is for the moment. And we're going to go ahead, get into a day here, and see what it's going to look like now that we have 4 lines all running into the middle here. All these have been sped up to their maximum speed, so that is good. And how are we going to do with space back there? It's going to give us a good amount of space. So yeah, things are moving here. This will hopefully clear that entire rack out. It should. So yeah, this entire rack should clear out, and that would give us room for another 16 rail parcels, and that even that may not be enough. And the problem I have right now is I just don't have the cash for anything more than that. So we might just have to see how we do over the course of the day. And if we end up needing even more, then we'll get even more. But we kind of ran short on cash, and that was the issue that we're currently facing. And we're going to see exactly how everything's going to look having four going into one. Again, that's not ideal, and the best thing really would be to have these two kind of on their own conveyor system, going similar to what we've got set up there for those, but I'd have to figure out exactly how I would want to do that, and it would take tons and tons of money to get all those conveyors and get all those scanners completely up to top speed. And I don't have that kind of cash. I don't know if I have that kind of patience. But yeah, in an ideal world, I'd have both of these doors with all this excess space in here set up where we've got scanner, 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 scanner. And then they'd either go to the approval queue or they'd go to the denial queue. And I'd have to figure out exactly how to get them there, which would also be a challenge because you can only set the conveyors up to go one level higher than they currently are. And you can't keep them higher. So I then have to figure out exactly how I was going to get everything to our current approval line. And more importantly, how do I get it to our current denial line? Because I've kind of blocked that denial door off. And so I'd have to get everything to our denials. And that could be a challenge from where we are right here. It would be a lot of navigating. And again, I just don't know if I've got the patience to do that. Now we're at the point where this door is completely blocked up. This is getting blocked. And again, that was to be expected because right now everything's just running into this one spot. The good news is they're all running as fast as they can. So it's not an issue where they can't get through the machines any faster than they do because they're getting through at a pretty good speed. It's just you can only, everything gets put to this choke point, and you can't really do too much of anything about that other than, like I said, completely reconfiguring the entire place, and I just don't have that in me. We do need to go ahead and take care of our garbage while we're at it, because I've not done that, and heaven knows we could use the extra few dollars. So let's go ahead and get a couple extra dollars here, clearing up our garbage. In terms of tiers, I believe we only have a couple of tiers left because I think that we basically got these two walls that are left. So that's like tiers 13 and 14. So it's kind of close to the current end in terms of what they currently have in the game. And again, you could then make it where you try and get as many packages out the door as you possibly can. And I know for a lot of people, they will absolutely do that. For me, no. I'm glad that I got something that's a working thing, but it's not going to set any world records because I am not Rusty Champagne, the world record setter. That's not what I do. I'm just glad that I can get something that works. It may not be the best, but it works, and that counts for something. We have $5,500. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get another rack set up because I can see already that we're going to get jammed up with all the packages we got here. So let's work on doing that. So we're going to need another rack. Going to need another loader and unloader. So let's get another loader, another unloader, wherever they are. Unloader. A handful more straights. We've got got a couple of corners, so I think we're good there. And let's start getting all of that put in place, because I can see it already. It's already an issue at this point in time, and I might even need to do rack number 5. But for now, we're just going to work on getting rack number 4 set up, and we should be able to do that while the place is open. It should not be a problem. Just have a few boxes on the floor. It's fine. I mean, that's what we're used to. I mean, we're good with that. So up we go, and over. And yeah, let's go ahead and kind of clean this up here. So let's pick this up, move all this back. So this is now going to go. Oh boy, is that going to work? Oh, that may not even work. Oh no. That's not going to work with what we've got here, because it won't. Oh shoot, that's a problem, because when it gets to here, I'm going to have an unloader here. Oh no. Yeah, that's, oh boy, we've got issues here. Yeah, oh no. This belt needs to move, because like if I have another rack here, so if I have loader there, rack, unloader is going to come there, and it's going to run right into that belt. So I've got a problem with where this belt is. Oh, boy. This belt needs to be over one space in order to make that work. Oh, no. Ha! That's trouble. There's always something. Always something. Oh, no. Oh, well. That was a good thought. So I would have to then move everything here over to get rack number 4 in place right here. I mean, I guess I could do that, but I got to get rid of all these packages first. So maybe I'll just let everything get through the rest of the day. So we're going to get jammed up. It's going to be fine. Just trying to get everything fixed up with all the packages we got in here right now would be a practical impossibility. So I'm not going to worry about it at this point. We're just going to let the day fly through. And when the day ends, then we'll get the rail going. That'll clear all that out. And then when we get to the point where we have nothing on all the belts, then we can probably start working on making some more changes. Because right now, this line is the problem, going out to here. If it was like over one notch, that would solve all of my issues I have over here on my rail section. Because my rail section, I don't think I can't push this any. Oh, I guess I could push that one step closer to the wall. So I could have everything like one step closer and move all the racks over. But it's still the same issue. I don't want to be doing all that when I've got everything loaded up here. So now that I think about it again, I can leave everything back there where it is, but everything with these racks needs to move one space closer to the wall. Why I didn't build it like that to start with, I'll never know. I should have, but I didn't. So it's okay. It'll all be fine. So yeah, we're gonna go to bed. $1,700. There's nothing else we can do here, and we're gonna get everything out of here tomorrow. And then after everything's out of here, we're going to go ahead and start making even more changes. The good news is that at least we're going to get all of our rail out the door. And I don't know if anything else goes out the door today or on Monday or not. It may just be the rail. We can certainly check when we get in there. See what else goes out. Not going to worry about the garbage right now. Got more important things. So today is rail, and so it's just rail and road. That's all we got. So no air, no maritime today. Let's go ahead, kick the pauser. That's going to clear all of this up. That's going to help everything downstream there, because that's the issue we got right now, is just that the rail basically clogged everything up. And I might let a bunch of this run through. That might actually be the thing I do now, is just let everything that we have in the place run through before I even open anything up and get anything else in here. Because we just got a bunch that's jammed up here, and let everything get to where it needs to be before I open the doors. Because I think I can do that. I don't think there's anything stopping me from doing that. other than this parcel didn't move. Oh, this parcel didn't move because that one is there. So that's what happened. That parcel on the ground stopped that one from moving. And eventually we should get to the point where everything will start moving from here. And when it does, then we'll be in good shape. So yeah, it's all still slowly clearing. Now we're clearing all the way back to there, which is good. And then we'll see, okay, so that will now clear that entire thing up pretty well, it seems like. This is just still going. It'd be nice if these worked a little bit faster, but they don't, so not a problem. So yeah, I'm gonna let everything on the belts completely clear itself up. Words are so darn hard, man. I don't know why they are. They just are. But yeah, we're gonna let all this clear up, and we're gonna make a whole bunch of money just from letting all this clear up, because there's plenty that's going on here. You have stopped. Or do you not run? No, you should run while the day's going. Or I mean, before the day starts. There's no reason why you shouldn't. Yeah. So I don't know why you stopped, but you did. So we're gonna put you back on there. Yeah. Go ahead, go back on there. Yeah, something made that one stop, and I don't know what it is, but now that's rolling again. And we'll get everything that's on these trucks completely through the system. Make all the money that we've got. Because, yeah, again, the day has not started. So we're just now handling everything that came through the night before. We're going to let all that pass through here. And then once it has, we'll work on getting everything with all of our racks here fixed up. Because, yeah, this is the challenge we got right now is this. I might even be able to do this. Again, I don't want to necessarily break this connection right now, but I think I can at this point because this rack is now starting to... I've got enough rack space there. So, yeah, we're going to do that. Let's go ahead, pick this up. So we're going to pick this up right about now, and we're going to rotate that out. So let's fix that. Rotate that like that. Start setting this outward so I can start moving this back. This is my plan of attack here. Move that back so then I can move that. There we go. So right now this will get a little bit jammed up again, but that's all right. I can pick that up, set that there. Oh no, I should stop doing that because that's just going to keep on spitting parcels out. And now we can go ahead, set that all the way back there because this is now going to go rotate like this. I believe that's going to come off there. Yeah, so that's going to come off there. So I've now got my loader, which we're going to open up, set this right here. Okay. Speed that all the way up, speed that all the way up, because we got all the money to do all the speed. And that I will get that fixed up in just a second. Right now, I deliberately have not taken care of that, because that's going to be the last thing I connect. Okay, nope, open that. That's what I'm trying to do. Put yourself in the rack, as you always do. And where are you looking? You're looking here. Okay, so now, unloader. The unloader is there. So this is going to work now. This is exactly what I needed to do. So open, turn, okay, speed up, speed up. Now we can go and start moving this. That's already done. Those things fell off the pallet overnight, amazingly. Okay, there. That's good. This can go here now. Okay, that's already sped up as quickly as it can be. This can go back to, that can go to there. That's good. So we'll just get that off the floor. And then I need 1, 2, 3, 4 straights. So let's set up 4 straights here. Get them all sped up. Oh, no. Got to put it in place first and then speed it up. All right, so that's all good. So the only thing I'm missing then is I'm missing one more straight over there. And amazingly enough, I had all the pieces that I needed. I don't know how I did that, but somehow I did. So open. Go ahead, set that there. Speed it up, speed it up. Throw that on there. So now we have 4 rail racks. That is good. And it all actually works through here. And again, I could get to the point where I have 8 rail racks because I can make that 3, 4. I can make that 5, 6. I can make that 7, 8. I could even get to the point where I'd have 10. I mean, I really could because I could have I could have racks there. I could have racks here. I could have racks there. So I could have 10 racks if I needed to for rail. Right now, I'm just going with 4. And if we get to the point where we need even more than that, we'll get even more than that. But for now, this is going to be good. Okay. So the rail is now all set. And we got 4 racks over there. Everything's good. The other thing I want to do, I'm going to go ahead right now, since we have the money, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get the last 2 tiers. And we're going to see exactly what that's going to get us. So here we go. Tier 13 for $4,300 opens up another. So this is everything that is. Oh, so this is basically air and maritime. So this is just air and maritime only. Oh, and it opens up a bunch of space there for even more rail racks. So that's good. So any woes I had about my rail racks have now been quashed. And then this is the final tier, which should give us 1 final dock door. There it is. That is the maximum warehouse expansion. So we could then have all of that basically slide into this line, and we'd have 5 lines all going into one thing. And again, is that the best thing to do? It's not. I know it's not. But is it the thing I'm going to do with it? Probably. I mean, again, I'd need to have like almost $100,000 to get another whole set of scanners in here. I mean, I could get this line on its whole set of scanners. I could get this line on its whole set of scanners. I could get this line on its whole set of scanners. But I'd need to have like $300,000 to do that. And am I in the mood for trying to get $300,000? Nah. I'm just not. I'm not. But we are going to go in here. I am going to buy my bigger pallet. So we're going to get that. 1 bigger pallet. Finally. So there's that. The final large pallet. I'm going to need out of here. I'm going to need, because I'm going to just take this. I'm going to have it run right into that line right out the door, just to completely jam up everything even more than it is. So we're going to go, let's see, straight corner. So straight corner, straight, 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 straight. So we got 1 corner, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 joiner. So 11 straights, a joiner, and a corner. I don't need the corner. So I need a joiner and 11 straights is what I think I counted there. Which, of course, then I don't need the big pallet for that. Okay, but that's fine. Joiner and 11 straights. And there. Check all that out. We'll set that line up, get it completely sped up as well. Where's my big pallet? There it is. So we'll take this out of the truck to open it. Now we can bring it in, and it holds all the things. Or 20 of them, at least. And then we can get that final dock door set up to our other dock doors. So let's go over here. Drop this. Actually, I'm going to take everything off the pallet 1 by 1 here, just right down the line as we can do. Of course, I didn't mean to run it this way because I'm going to be going that way with it, so that was not smart. It's all right. Again, needed the steps. And where's the joiner? The joiner is... where is it? There it is. There's the joiner. Okay, and then I need 1 corner. Okay, so yeah, everything's going to come out of this door and immediately take a detour to the right. So let's actually, we're going to have to get these open. so I can see how this is all going to work. So yeah, this is going to immediately come out and immediately go this way. No, it's got to go out one space first, and then immediately go that way. Just right to the next line. Again, not... Is this the way to do this? Is this the best way to do it? Absolutely not. It really is not. I completely admit that it is not the best way to do this. But it's just the way that I'm currently setting it up because it's what I have the money for. So that's what we're doing. We're doing what we can afford. But no, it is not the way I would recommend doing it. There's plenty of space where you can set up all kinds of scanners. You could give everything its own scanner line and just have packages upon packages upon packages running out the door. That would be a much better way to do it, but it's not the way that we're currently doing it. So yeah, it's the rusty Champaign way of doing it, which is not what one would hope it would be. So all right, pick that package up. I got to get that package out of there. That package is stuck. So let's pick that up. And now I can put that in place. No, it's going to keep doing that. So let's, can I somehow stop this? Let's take that out of there. Let's take that out of there. Set that there. Now let's see if I can put the, where did the straight go? Did I like throw it out of existence? That's weird. That straight was just here. I don't know where it went. Okay, well, I'm not going to worry about it. I don't know where it went, but it's gone. So now I think I can pick that package up. Yeah, I can. For whatever reason, the other one wasn't letting me pick it up. I don't know why. But that's all good. That's just stopped because that parcel's there. I've got one straight left that I apparently miscounted somehow. So we'll put that on there and take this all the way over here. And set that there. Now, just for the fun of it, if I were to do the math and see exactly how much money I would need to like give everything its own line and have this all set up the same way as we have it here. Just for the scanners, just looking at what the cost is for the scanners, nothing else. So that and only that, how much would it cost for each of these doors to have its own scanner line? So let's take a look and upgrade them, because I believe that every one of them costs $15,000 to upgrade, except for the one that's the stickers, which only costs $4,000. So I do have my phone here. So I can do the math on this and see exactly how much all this would cost. So sticker checker is going to be $1,200. So let me pull up my calculator here. I know you've always wanted to watch me operate a calculator while doing a video. It's $1,200 plus $600, which would be to get it completely upgraded. The scanner conveyor is $1,500. Oops, $1,500 plus $15,000 to completely upgrade it. The scanner number conveyor, $1,500 plus $15,000. So basically $16,500 on all of those. Conveyor country is $16,500. The cargo type, $16,500. The conveyor, $16,500. And then the contents, $17,000. So you basically need, to get yourself a complete line of anything, $101,300, and that is just for the scanners. So then you'd also have to get yourself all the conveyors, so you're probably up closer to like $105,000, $106,000 for everything. Now everything jammed up here because of these two boxes, so something happened there. We're going to take this and throw it back on some conveyor belt somewhere. You can go there. That's fine. Actually, you're approved and you're already approved. You're already trucked, so you're just going to go there because we don't need to have you. You can just go straight to the end. There. So you're there. Is everything now running here, or are we stuck again? We're stuck again. This has become an issue. Oh no, we're stuck because we're stuck back there. That's the problem. We're stuck over there. And we're stuck there because we're stuck at the... okay, so that can go there. We're stuck at the... oh, at the air line. Okay, so that's the problem. We need another air rack. We're up to the point where we need the third air rack. Yep. It was good. There was a time where only 2 felt like it was going to be necessary, but yeah, that's no longer the case. So we would need a third air rack to make all this happen. Maritime's even starting to get full. So to make all this happen again, we need another joiner, another loader, another unloader, and another rack. We don't need any of the conveyors because we're just going to be replacing conveyors that we already have. So let's see if we can fix that up. Because now everything's jammed up downstream because our air is no longer sufficient. And air only goes out twice a week. So we're going to go cargo. No, we're going to go shop. We're going to get another loader. Going to get another unloader. Going to get another giant rack. Buy all those. I don't think I got my other ones in orange. No, I got them in red. Ah, well, it's fine. We'll have some that are red and some that are orange. So for all you red fans, there you go. You got it. And let's set all this up for our third air rack, which we can just put down this line as well. So, okay. This is going to go where? This is where everything starts getting really, really snug. So this is going to go, all these come out of the way. Going to have a bunch of boxes that fall. It's fine. It'll be all right. So we need that much space for the rack. No, I need more space because I need one more because we're going to have to load, rack, and then unload. That's what we're looking at. So we'll take all this, set that there. We're going to go loader. So let's set that up. It's not connected to anything, but that's okay. Going to move these out of the way. Then rack is going to move here. Going to set myself in the rack again. Oh no, I managed to not set myself in the rack. How about that? Okay. Rack fills. And then unloader. So we're going to pick that up, or just open it there. That works too. Unloader, loader. So it's going to give us 3 areas for our air now. So this can now go here. And then air there. These are all air. They should be. Yeah, they absolutely should be. There's another one air and another one. Yeah. All right, so that gives us a little bit more airspace. No pun intended. But it gives us a little bit more. And if we needed more, that's when I'd have to do the snaking of the air racks. And have it where I'd had like 3 and then 6, and then I don't even know if I could do 9 because the Maritime would need to move over in order to make that happen. So yeah, because I could run 3, I could run those one step over there, and then I could go 6, and then I could go that way for make it 9. That would be a possibility. But at least now we've ungummed what we have here. And we can wait and see how all this is going to flow through. So I might do that for a little bit here. Just take a look and see how everything's going to go now. Because, again, I've got a feeling that that's just going to jam up again. And if it jams up again, then I'm going to have to... we're already near the point where it will. Because I've got 48 in there now. So I might need to just do this immediately. Let's start taking all this and moving it this way. Because I'm going to need to give myself more space for this. So let's do this. Start moving all that there. Moving all these racks this way. Okay. Oh, and that unloaded into nothing. It's fine. That'll go there. Um, that's going to load there. Okay, so that's going to stay there. That's going to go back. That rack's going to move there. Okay, unloading to that. That's going to have to get pushed there. Okay, that can go onto one of these spaces. That'll go back there. And then that can just sit there. Yeah, this is the hard part about doing this when you've got everything in here, is that it just really, everything just keeps moving in the process. All right, so there's that. That's going to fall off of there. And, oh, shoot, I didn't mean to take the rack cans. Oh, no, I did not mean to pick that up. All right, there's that. And I can set up a fourth rack because I'm going to need a fourth rack. Let's do that one more time. So let's start getting rack number 4 of air going. And then have that turn there. So I will get all that cleaned up in just a second. I've made a little bit of a mess with the air. I've actually got enough to get 2. I could get 2 more air racks. Let's get 2 more air racks because I've got enough to do all that. So I don't think I have enough to do 3. So we need to do this. Or no, we could do 3. I'm sure I can do another whole row of that. So let's go loaders. I'm going to need 3 loaders. I'm going to need 3 racks. I'm going to need 3 unloaders. And I'll need some... I don't know if I'll need any conveyors. We might be fine on conveyors. We'll see if we need any. With what we've got, we might be fine. I might actually need a couple of corners for all the turning that we're going to have going on here. So, yeah, we might need to turn these a couple times. So we'll do that. $8,600 for all that. Let's grab our big pallets and set up 3 more racks for air just to complete that run. Going the opposite direction, and then it will have it turn around on itself again. That is the plan. All right, and we'll get through most of what we've got here as well. So thankfully, the rest of the line is moving while I'm doing this. But yeah, I have gummed this up. So we're going to set this up from the end and then work our way back to the front. So let's see. I'm going to need something that's going to turn this back around this way. So we're going to, let's see. Let's take that off of there. Let's take that, put that there. Unloader, so we're going to work backwards. So unloader is going to go there because this is going to turn that direction. Then rack, which I'm going to try to not open on top of myself, which I've done so many times. Okay, rack, loader, like that, and then unloader again. And we're just going to do this 3 times. So that's going to go there. Don't need the loader yet. Don't need the loader yet. Where'd the racks go? There's a rack. There we go. Open it from a distance. These things are big. That will go there. Okay. And then we've got another loader. So we've got that. And then unloader for there. Okay. And then my final rack, which I have to stand way back here to do this. Make sure I don't open it up myself. And then loader. Okay. So there's that. And then, or no, is that, oh, this is all going the wrong way. That's right. That's right. That's right. I've probably heard a bunch of people screaming that I've done this the wrong way. And you were right. So, because this is all going back this direction. That's what we're doing. So that's going like that. And then, yeah, this is because this is all going to end up going this way. So unload, load, unload. All right, we got it now. So then that goes there. That goes there. And then it spins back around. That's what we got. So the connection I've then got to make is going to be, well, let's finish all the rest of the connections first. So I want to finish the rest of the belts. I am going to need a bunch of belts in order to do this. The pauser is going to have to go, it's going to go here to the end. So let's start fixing the rest of this connection up. So this is going to go like this. Yeah, this is where I wish I didn't have this maritime here, because this maritime is now really getting in my way. But that's all right. The pauser will go right here at the end. And it'll stay paused. And then we'll start setting up all of our straights to go right down the run here. And I'm going to see how many straights I need. I've got corners, so I need how many straights now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and then a corner, and then 14. So I need 14 straights in a corner. I don't need a corner. I have corners. I need 14 straights. And I might have some straights sitting around somewhere. So that's going to go like that. And then this is going to get rotated like that. Again, I'm deliberately not making that connection right now. I'm deliberately holding off on that. 14 straights. Let's see if I have any straights over here. I think I have 2 that are sitting over here. Or do I? I've got 1, so I need 13 more straights to do this. It's a lot, man. Running your own places, it's not easy. And again, is this the most efficient way to do it? No, I know it's not. I know there's probably a better way to do it. It's the way that came up immediately in my brain. So if you're screaming at your computer, I am very, very sorry that you are currently giving yourself laryngitis over the way that I'm setting this up. But we're going to go ahead and keep on going forward with all this. All right, so that is all good. I think I should have 14 on here. And then that's going to go over here again. OSHA compliance, walking over the top of conveyors. Makes perfect sense. Don't question it. There's a part of me that really wants to move this, but I mean, I could move the maritime over one spot. I don't think I want to worry about it right now. I'm just not going to worry about it right now. I'll work around it. Okay. Let's get these all set up down the run. There's hardly any space to move here, which is why I'm not worried about, like, taking these all off the pallet right now, because I don't really have anywhere to put them in here as it is. So yeah, I'm not taking them all off the pallet at once. I'm just one at a timing this. When I get down closer to here, I can take them all off at once. All right, now we can take them all off at once. Let's get these boxes out of the way, throw them on the pallets. And then now we can take all these off. Just kind of down the run as we're going. Threw that one off into nowhere. I don't even know where it went. Not gonna worry about it. Wherever it is, it is. All right, there we go. Straight that got thrown almost into the void. Not quite. Okay. And then I need, let's see, I need that one there. Oh boy, oh, that was my corner. Okay, I'm going to need the corner eventually anyway. All right, so that is updated. That is updated. So I need a corner there, which I think, or did I run myself out of corners? I thought I still had some. Oh, yeah, here's one. So there's that, but I need a corner there. Oh, what happened to you? What are you? Why'd you fall off? Did I push you with my with the conveyor? I don't know. So rotate that like that again, deliberately making sure that I've got all of these connections that I make the one over there last. I need one more corner here. And I need one more corner there. So I need two more corners. I don't think I have them. I might have one here. I need one more corner. I was so close to actually having everything I needed. Almost there. Final corner. I did not expect this to turn into this big of a thing. That was not my plan. But we fell down a rabbit hole. And they're dangerous, man. Rabbit holes are deep, and they just keep on going and going and going. They don't look that deep because rabbits are not that big. But, man, I'm telling you, they make gigantic holes, and you just never know when the hole is going to end. And it's normally a long way from where you think it would be. All right, so this is actually, that is at the front. So let's do this other connection here first. So let's set this one up here. So now everything is going to be good to go once I have this connection set. So now all I got to do is make that connection there and grab my last corner that I set, that I left over there. Again, hopping over the top of belts is perfectly safe. I don't know why anybody would have an issue with it. You should not. It is perfectly safe. So there. That's the last connection. Got to rotate it. Everything should now flow forward. It can't right now because that parcel's in the way. We're going to pick that parcel up. We're going to start letting all that flow through here. We're going to make sure everything looks good. I'm going to take these. These are all good, so I'm just going to put them here at the end because they can. This is an air package. Are you maritime? What are you? You're air. Okay, you just somehow fell off somewhere. But now it all looks like it's running. That all seems to be happening. It's all getting down to here. It's all going through the racks. Perfectly good. So that's good. No problem there. And if we take a look, yeah, I'll hop over that. Did anything else stop up? No. The gap that we had was just at the maritime. It was at the air. So now that we fixed up the air, we've got 6 air racks. We've got 4 rail racks that will, and we can certainly expand that as time goes on. I don't know if I will, because again, we're at the point now. Oh, and I've got an extra straight here that I didn't need. So we'll pick that up and throw it over here on the side. And let's just set that there. So that's a fully opened up Tier 14 facility. Again, there's a lot more you could do with it. Absolutely. No question about it. There, you could certainly set up, and that's the beauty of the game, is the fact that you can set this up to your heart's content. You can set up scanning systems the way that you want them to go. And if I, like I said, if I had $100,000, I would probably set up each of these lines with their own scanning system. Maybe not necessarily these 2 lines because these doors are so close to the front. But if you really wanted to go whole hog, you could probably find a way to even set those up with their own scanning systems, and then have everything just route to your approvals, and or have them route your approvals to your cargo racks, your denials straight to a denial door. There's a way to do it, and I know that people that are very, very proficient at this game have probably already figured that one out. And as other people have said about this game, I am also very hopeful that at some point they will add more to the game, because right now at this point, short of setting up the new scanner lines, there's nothing left to open up. There's no new scanners that need to be set up, which is good because at this point, I've got the place set up to where if they gave me a new scanner, I don't even know what I'd do with it. So I do hope at some point they will add more to it. I don't know if at this point we'll come back to it until they do, because, again, anything that we'd be doing now would just be making these lines more efficient, and that would be about all we do. But there's nothing new that I can show you at this point. I'm just glad we got 336 packages out the door today, even if a lot of it was because it was rail. But This has been a lot of fun. I'm definitely going to be hopeful that they'll add more to it going forward because this a very unique game, not like anything I've played before, maybe ever. So here's hoping that as the future goes on, they'll add more to it and we can keep on having more fun with it. That is going to be all for this one, though. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked this video, I'd appreciate it if you gave it a like. If you really like this video, I'd love it if you consider giving the channel a subscribe. But until we meet again, thanks as always for being a part of all of my silliness. I'm Rusty Champagne, and we will see you later.